Aberration creature winner. ARK Ascended mod maps in production. And another creature vote for what could be the biggest overhauled map. You're right, kids, it's Raasclark, and welcome to your regular ARK community news. Before we begin, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, share around, and let's get into it. So the community crunch dropped last night, revealing the Aberration creature vote winner. That is the difficult to pronounce, not Yiki, Utsi. Hope I pronounced that right after learning about it. And this creature, do you know what? Seems befitting, very fitting for Aberration indeed. With some great abilities pitched within the original post, with its, I guess, overarching feature being quill-like feathers that it can shoot at its prey, and essentially the more quills shot at its prey whilst not damaging them initially will enable the Utsi to damage its prey even more. Pitched as a glider despite looking like a flyer, I think it does look at home considering this is meant to be a real world creature. I think it looks very fantastical and fitting to the theme of Aberration. In its pitched form, not too much bigger than a survivor, with a double tap sidestep, backwards leap, jump into glide, roar, and able to change its quill's shot to a variety of different ammo types, from ascorbic mushroom spores to create dizziness and hallucinations, plant species Zeds to blind and stun, reaper pheromones to cocoon the target. There's a lot here. I can't see all of these being put through, but maybe Wildcard will adopt this and have this quill stacking damage ability thrown in. I like this. I think it's a new thing. We haven't seen a creature that does something to this magnitude and essentially creates a new diversity in battle, where if you're getting peppered by said quills, you've still got time to run away or be mowed down by a terrible bite because you've got too many quills stuck on you. Shown here in the voting rounds on how it performed against the other creatures. In fact, right up until round 8, Mova Eureka was leading the charge. Then Utsi came out of nowhere and took the win, leading people to believe a fix was behind the scenes. Was it rigged? I don't think so. With over 35k votes, it seems to be the most favourite pick you've picked, and we'll see it on Aberration when that eventually gets added to ARK Survival Ascended next year. And my vote, I know you like to know what I wanted to vote and have winning, was indeed the Motobite. I just felt like something you could just go heavy to the metal through Aberration on this almost vehicle looking creature, headlights in tow, burning stuff with your light, bombing it through Aberration. And I was a fan of Never Ending Story, and if you know about riding fast snails, then it's kind of similar to that. So that was why I wanted this one to win. But hey ho, congratulations to the Utsi and every creature that was submitted. I think they all had a valued reason to be in Aberration, and possibly, maybe Wildcard might entertain one or two more being added in anyway. With a question on top, looking back at the Motobite, that would have been a great alternative to something like the Andrewsarchus, a creature among many that aren't allowed on Aberration. Will Wildcard address this when they reintroduce this map for ARK Survival Ascended? This, what I'm showing you right here, an Andrewsarchus versus Rockwell, is a really fun fight to do, and I would love to see Andrewsarchus on Aberration. Wildcard need to make this happen. Don't know why they haven't included it. Maybe, you know, they're just looking towards ASA now, and maybe we can look forward to seeing stuff like this. Other creatures that currently aren't allowed on Aberration being allowed for ASA. And do you agree? Comment below, let me know. But no time for all that, people. Another voting round has cometh. Well, not yet, but it's coming soon. And to my and everybody's surprise, the centre is going to be our next creature vote. Absolutely overjoyed by this. If you know me, you know I love the center, and I think at this point it started to feel like the devs had just forgotten about center. It was being left cast out in the wind. But no, a new vote is coming, and coming to this map, meaning are we going to see this after Aberration instead, whilst not being the first mod map to be added to ASA. It seems to be Raasclark we're going to get first. It appears this is going to be, possibly, if we're going by the creature votes, our second mod map, free mod map to join ASA. And it's a map I'm certainly looking forward to more in this Unreal 5 remaster than any other map, due to the fact that it is the most outdated map. And to see what could be done with this to breathe new life against all the other maps that are out in ARK, I'm curious as to what Wildcard are going to do. Underworld being an aberrant zone is a must if you've played the modded maps out there. And of course, finally, an exclusive creature. Center has needed one of these for so long, and it's great to see we're going to get something for this. And what exactly is it going to be? The devs haven't given us enough details yet on what to expect in terms of vote, whether it's going to be another real world vote, a fantasy vote, or even a water-based vote, because Center is a lot aquatic. There's a lot of H2O, a lot of water around on the map for you to swim around in. In fact, recently product manager Dolly talked about sea creatures, hoping that somebody would suggest something that could do sea very well, but also travel on land too. Me personally, I'd like to see something that has at least a gliding ability on top. Center's quite an elevated map, and when you look at something like the Maywing that can travel at great speeds and leap quite high in the air after you've learned how to boost and jump with it, it's a great map to travel about on. That plus aquatic traveling, I guess I'm looking at the abilities of a Maywing, but something different, something that brings life to this map. Kind of thinking about pitching a creature myself, but I'm just a bit careful about influencing anything there. Don't know. I'll have a think about that. And I look forward to seeing what entry submissions are going to be put forward to this one. Evo Lanka, a creator of Project Tiamat, a mod map for ARK. I really need to spend the time to play at this point. It's been far too long. Dropped a tweet, or an X, whatever you want to call it these days, talking about world creation for ARK Survival Ascended, in that they're currently diving into the brand new World Creator 3D tool to be released in mid-August, showcasing a few concepts on their modelling within this program. And when questioned about it, it was explained you can use this tool for creating cliff and mountain meshes and define them further in other programs like Blender, portrayed by Vino here, which I guess would probably be imported then through to Unreal 5 engine. Which leads me to wonder, is this the format on how people are going to make maps for ARK Survival Ascended? It's no secret, some modders out there are already in communication with Wildcard regarding the mods and bringing them forward to ARK Survival Ascended. And is this what they're currently being instructed to do, creating their meshes within this program, taking it through to Blender to get it as prepped and as ready for ARK Survival Ascended when it arrives, and to drop, I'm guessing, as soon as they possibly can. Which begs another question: are we going to be seeing a brand new dev kit for ARK Survival Ascended? My guesses would be yes. I think right now this is possibly the solution being provided to mod map makers to get their maps ready for ARK Survival Ascended as early as possible, without being shown the dev kit and being shown all of the content, because, you know, Wildcard don't want to be sharing all of their secrets about what's going on. They certainly don't. All we've got to go on at the moment is 3D assets and much cool stuff coming up. And that's it so far. Time is ticking. We are a mere day or two away from it being the month prior to when this is meant to launch. Concerns on how ready this is, but the devs have reminded us time and time again they are going to show gameplay very close to launch. And hopefully ARK enforcement I can't even. ARK enforcement on cheating and duping might be an improved experience. And I'll leave you with this. A great video by Schwalbe, who just completed Ducks, and credit, beat it on the hardest setting. There was a bit of back and forth on difficulty with this, and I've been keeping tabs on Schwalbe's journey through Ducks. Certainly challenged himself much more than I ever did with Ducks, and deservingly has a spot in the Hall of Fame by the mod makers of Docks. Speaking of which, I know I see you asking me all to play another overhaul mod. I've got something in mind. Watch this space. Until the next one, my name's Raasclark. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, peace out.